Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Just Have a Seat.
I'm Jay and Hago.
Jesus Christ, I'm on.
And I'm Sako.
Get the fuck out of here. The
And
dog's
that's
barking at the
Uncle's dog.
neighbor, bro. Anyway, so I guess to start off this episode, we want to say happy birthday to Kobe Bryant. R.I.P. to the legend.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah. I've seen that everywhere. Like
Yeah.
people who I know who have never watched sports. You know, I don't even watch sports, but like respect to the man. You know, always gotta pay my respects to him. But we can jump straight into this episode. Actually, another thing I forgot to mention to you guys. So amidst like all this shit talking about Trump, there's one good thing that I saw on the news that he's doing is student loan. He made student loan interest rates 0% until 2021. Which is
He also paused payments, didn't he? Until like,
I think until 2021.
yeah.
Isn't this old man?
No,
I
he
just saw
paused
this week.
payments at first until like September, and then
Oh.
I think they might extend that, and then now I guess the interest rates also are down to 0%.
0%, which is fucking amazing, dude. Like, because I know some people's interest rate is up to 10% if they have like private loans. That's insane. That's a lot.
Private loans are worse.
Like I think I saw mortgage rate is less. A mortgage is like 2.7% or something, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like a
the
student loan is like could be up to 10%.
rates for just like in housing right now are crazy. That's why people are popping off and buying properties.
You know what I heard's a great place to start investing in a little bit is SF because 96% of the real estate market opened up because people are dipping out.
No way. Probably
And New York too. A lot of empty apartments, a lot of empty like all those like commercial buildings and stuff like that. A lot of people are leaving.
I think people are starting to realize how much it sucks to live in a city populated by millions of people.
Yeah.
So that's why there's like a huge surge in Texas, and they're blaming Joe Rogan for that because they're having more people move there more than ever after Joe Rogan announced that he's moving to Texas.
But
No,
why
but-
wouldn't
Colorado.
you move to Texas though? That sounds like the spot to be. Like
Yeah, but like
pay
now that
taxes,
so
shit
many
like that.
people are going, it's gonna change, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when people from California, it's like Texas is a fairly Republican conservative state, but when people start from like California and start moving there, it's gonna kind of change, you know? That
Yeah, but
happened with Washington.
I doubt people from the left and them just like move there regardless. I think the people moving are actually like the Republicans here that don't want to deal with California's bullshit anymore.
Yeah,
I
or
feel
it's like, or it's the moron population that follows Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's that, but I don't think people look into it like that much. You know, like people are just going to Texas because it's a lot cheaper, and it's like it's just probably as close as you'll get to California.
Bro, you'd be surprised about the political aspect of things.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm moving somewhere. You know.
a lot of people think about that though.
yeah, it's a lot
Like
of
I
people,
know,
like first or second thought, Jay.
yeah, like I know Washington was a fairly conservative state until a bunch of people from like a shit ton of California started moving out there, and it became,
Oh my God.
damn, bro, my neighbor's wilding right now. Yeah, it became like a
Being
very
called-
liberal state now.
You called
Like
the
I
cops
lost my
or
train of thought. No, I think they're playing with a hose. I think they're like hosing each other down.
it's always the hose.
Speaking of hose,
Great transition.
I know, right? I was watching like another podcast this week, and they're talking about how Kamala Harris has revealed to be a hoe in her past. Now, this is not my words. This is the words that I've read. Apparently, when she was 29, you know, out of law school, she slept with the mayor of San Francisco while he was married. And this all came out from like his wife and him himself. And I thought it was crazy because obviously that's kind of like sleeping your way up to the top, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And their main top, well, first of all, what do you guys think about that? I thought that was like pretty insane. The fact that like it comes up now out of any other time, I feel like it was just ammunition they were holding this
Is
whole
it
time.
true? Is it true though?
Like the people that I saw talking on a podcast, they do extensive research on this stuff. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't do the research myself. I'm just going to, I just take it with a grain of salt. It might not be true, but also if it is true, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know this much. I know politics is like a very dirty game, and if you
Yeah.
want to go like progress forward, it's almost like being in Hollywood kind of thing. Like you got to do some shady shit to like
Yeah.
be pushed forward in politics and things like that. So it doesn't surprise me, honestly. I low key like I feel like there are a lot of people who do that shit.
No, for sure. Especially in like Hollywood, you said, all that Harvey Weinstein stuff that came out.
Yeah.
Shit was wild. But here's what they're talking about. This is kind of like where their conversation transitioned into what is the statute of limitations on being a hoe? Like, at what point in your life can you stop being considered a hoe? And I thought that was just hilarious, man. I wanted to get your guys' take on that.
Uh,
Like, is it kind of like you're a hoe and then you just stop hoeing
I don't
around so
know.
that you
yeah, I
just
think
stop being a hoe?
if you grow out of it, maybe you're in like this little phase, and then maybe you mature up and settle down. Maybe in your
The-
past life you were a hoe, and then
Yeah, because they were saying like there's no limit. Like once a hoe, always a
always a
hoe. I
hoe.
thought that was funny, bro.
There is some truth to that.
Yeah.
You think your actions is what makes you a hoe, or also your thoughts?
I think actions speak louder than words for everything that in life, dude.
Yeah, but
So,
what I'm trying to get at is, let's say she was a hoe growing up, let's say, like,
uh-huh,
or if anybody was a hoe growing up, and
right.
they fooled around and stuff, and then they stopped, but like continue to have thoughts of hoeing around, like sleeping around and stuff, but they don't do it. Are they still a hoe for having those thoughts?
If they don't act on it, well, that's an interesting question. I'm not really sure what you would think in that point because they might. I think so. Yeah, maybe if they think about it, it's like if you're married and you're constantly like, "Damn, I want to sleep with that guy," or "I want to sleep with that guy,"
Yeah.
but like you don't
It-
act on it.
It's the inner hoe in you speaking though, so it's still there.
Yeah, there you
So you
go.
still,
So
yeah, okay, so you're still there.
like deep down at your core, you're
Yeah.
still a
You
hoe.
just have like strong like willpower, you know.
You got the hoe gene.
The
Yeah,
hoe-
it's all in the genes, bro.
Which one was turned off onto what letter?
Fuck it, I don't know, bro. Could be thymine, could be guanine, who knows?
So there's a couple of articles that talk about her affair with Willie Brown is his name, the San Francisco mayor, and they're
Oh,
saying
you found it, huh?
yeah, and they're saying that he was quote unquote estranged from his wife.
It was
But
one of those cases.
listen, this is the best part though right here. It says a Sacramento Bee reporter told people that Brown had a succession of girlfriends and would go to a party with his wife on one arm and his girlfriend on the other.
Whoa.
Whose
Now
man is
that
this, bro?
that guy's a hoe, bro. Now that
Yo,
guy's a hoe.
this guy's a pimp.
Whoa.
He's savage. Wait, so this guy would go to a party with his wife and a side chick at
Yeah,
the same time?
yeah, because he's saying that his wife knew that he was dating Kamala at the time.
Arm in arm, bro.
That's insane, especially when you're like a political figure like that, like the mayor of a major city. How do you get away with it?
I have no clue. This was in 94, 95, I believe.
That's not that long ago. Actually, 20, I mean, it's like our age basically, but does it say anything about Kamala in particular?
Let me see.
Because that was like the main thing.
How long ago did she do whatever she did? Like,
She was 29. How old is she now? Let's see.
probably in her 40s.
Yeah.
She's 55.
She's 55? Damn.
Yeah, she is 55.
It's almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So they're saying that he supported her in her run in 2003 for San Fran district attorney, but she tried to distance herself from him.
That's the thing. I think that's what they were saying. It's like that was, even though it did happen. Wait, so when did that affair thing happen? That's the key.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
So 94, 95, I believe.
Okay, so
Well,
94, 95, that happened.
doesn't actually say. She said we dated. It was more than 20 years ago, and he says he was estranged from his wife since 1981. But I think him and his wife just probably stayed like Like they're still talking to each other, but he was seeing other like
Right.
He was what from his wife?
estranged.
Estranged?
Yeah, so it's no longer closer affection to someone alienated. No longer
Look at the words these people come up with, bro. Just to find excuses for this shit.
Yeah.
entanglement.
Yeah,
An
entanglement,
entanglement. Oh my
bro.
god. That's the new word for people who cheat on their husbands or wives. I
Yeah.
was in an entanglement. I couldn't do nothing about it, you know?
Yeah.
But that shit was crazy because I was like, okay, if she did that and then she got the seat for district attorney, that would be wild.
Well, here's another article, and the title says, um, Harris began an affair with the powerful San Francisco politician Willie Brown, then 60 and married, who appointed her to 2 lucrative positions, only to dump her after he was voted first black mayor of the city.
Ooh,
So,
damn.
uh,
You know
You
what
gotta
else I
remember, Kamala is running for president, pretty much.
Yeah, because Joe Biden's fucked.
Yeah,
Who knows how long he's gonna last.
yeah, I think if he wins after like 2 years, I think she takes over.
Possible, man. His like mental acuity is gonna go so far down that
Yeah,
she might just
it
have
might not
to.
even last 2 years.
yeah, but
Like,
they're also saying there was a bunch of Fox News reporters that were saying his speech was very powerful. Like he delivered it like on point.
well,
Well,
it was
I don't know
written.
if you noticed that every single person saying a speech was looking at some like a teleprompter.
No,
Like
it was
their
written.
eyes were like,
His last speech was written. It was a written speech.
yeah,
So, I mean, they practiced doing that their whole lives. What's gonna really determine it is if they have debates, how
yeah,
he's gonna go one-on-one against Trump.
because he's gonna smoke him. Trump will roast him and toast him,
Yeah,
bro.
and I kind of, but here's somebody told me this the other day, and I didn't think about it like this. They might play it off, like the Democrats might play it off to where like, oh, look at Trump being a complete bully and taking advantage of this old man and try to make him look bad in that way. So
But they're gonna say he's an old man then.
so he's got to play it smart though. I mean, Trump's got to play it smart because he wants to show that Biden can't do this, but at the same time, I don't think he wants to cross that line to where they get ammunition to like fire back at him for
Yeah,
taking advantage of a senior or something.
yeah. Isn't the Republican convention tomorrow? I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure.
Let's see, Republican National Convention. I think it's tomorrow. We'll see basically what happens.
Yeah, it is tomorrow. Tomorrow until Thursday.
Yeah, so we'll see this week what happens because I think so far his campaign has sucked, man.
Did you see
It's
the fucking?
lacking so
Well, to
hard.
top that off, you see the people who got to fucking speak at the campaign.
Oh yeah,
Well, he got the kid with the MAGA hat that was singing from the Indian that like caught the news like attention, and then he got those two like that couple, the guy and his wife who held guns against BLM protesters.
well the thing is that kid with the MAGA hat, that kid, first of all, he's a millionaire right now because he sued CNN and who knows how much they settled. They settled for on
That's
that lawsuit and who knows how much he got. Easily like over 10 mil, I think so because he sued for like libel and slander and all that stuff to his name, and CNN's a big corporation, man. They for sure paid up. But that video was like pretty much false. He didn't really do anything. He was just from what I know, that Native American guy approached him and he was just standing there smiling, but like the video looks like
yeah.
he's being racist or whatever. And then that couple with the guns that were pointing guns at the protesters. First of all, the guy wasn't. The lady was just holding a like gun. First, she wasn't even holding it right. She was holding it like this. But they took their guns away. So already like all the gun rights conservative people are gonna be like, you can't take their fucking guns away, bro. It's their Second Amendment right because they took their guns away after. Like they came into their house and they confiscated all their weapons. Which
Yeah,
I thought
well,
was pretty crazy.
I think Trump is banking on having debates. I think that's what's going to save his.
He
Probably.
needs it.
Yeah,
he
he
needs
needs it, and they're pushing to not have him. Because the Dems know that like Biden will be in trouble if they get to that point.
Yeah.
And the Dem strategy right now is to keep Biden away from any interviews or anything as much as they can. They don't want him on TV talking.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He hasn't really been on any news
No, bro.
channels, no interviews, nothing.
Because he messes up all the time, and like it keeps showing that the man is like old and senile, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they're saying Dana White's gonna be there too.
Is that the UFC guy?
Yeah,
UFC
the
owner?
president of the UFC is gonna be there giving a talk on Thursday.
At the Trump?
Yeah, at the Trump or at the Republican National Convention.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of like satanist cult kind of conspiracies going around the Democratic Party, which I think is pretty wild. And they were kind of connecting that to Billie Eilish because Billie Eilish spoke at the Democratic National Convention. You know,
So she's satanic?
well, a lot of her art, like her album art and all that
Yeah,
shit, is
yeah,
like
yeah.
it has a lot of satanic elements to it.
Well, yeah, but I feel like that just goes into the whole like Hollywood conspiracy theories again, where like
It's the Pizzagate, bro, the pedophilia ring and all that shit. Because a lot of people that I see, like if I see a conservative video, they straight up call out Joe Biden as a pedophile every single time. I don't know what to think of that because
bro,
I don't
have
know what
you watched?
evidence there is of
There's a
that.
video on YouTube of him like being there's a compilation of just he's at one event. I don't know what it was, but every single time a little girl or a younger female came up to him, he would like grab him and he'd be like, "Come stand next to me. Come stand next to me. Come stand next to me." Like super uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah.
Like this guy's weird. Like he's got something going on. Hold on, I'll be back.
Yo, what'd you say, Jay?
So he's like whispering some shit to them in their ears, like you're so.
Who knows what they're saying, bro?
There's a bunch of YouTube videos on it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and plus those videos of him like sniffing people.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what to think, man. I saw another wild conspiracy that like Bill and Hillary sacrificed their child in a satanic ritual because like if you look at their kid in one if you look at their kid Chelsea Clinton in one picture and then you look at her in another one, she goes from blonde to ginger. And they're like, how the fuck did that happen? Like they had to have like replaced her or something. But she also looks kind of like dead in the face, you know, like she looks like lifeless almost. I don't know, dude. It's just crazy conspiracies. Then again, who knows, man? That shit's sketchy as fuck.
I don't know. Every time the Clintons' name is like they're in so much shit. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Ben Shapiro went really hard at Bill Clinton. They because he also spoke at the convention
Hmm.
and he was talking shit about Trump and how he uses his office for other things. But Ben Shapiro's like, yeah, but the Oval Office also is not supposed to be used to get blown by your secretaries,
Bro,
which is fucking hilarious, bro.
Ben Shapiro is a savage.
Yeah, dude, he's such a well-spoken guy, but he can like come at you real fucking hard if he wants
He's
to.
almost too smart for his own good, you know?
Yeah,
It's like one of those people that you can never be friends with just because like they'll want to always be right and they'll
yeah.
always have an opinion. I
It's
don't know.
even when he's wrong though, he sounds right. It's fucking weird, man. I don't know. It's just the way he speaks, and he
You could
speaks so
tell
fast.
you could tell he got bullied on like in school
Easily,
growing up.
easily. Yeah, 100%. I think he even says that. I think he even says I've been heavily bullied in school.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and then they compared like Kamala to Monica Lewinsky at one point because they were like, all right, Kamala was 29, so she knew what was going on. She slept with that mayor or whatever, but then Monica Lewinsky was like 20, 21, which is fucking young, and then she slept with Bill. But that's like you're sleeping with the president, bro, like like one of the most powerful men in the country. So they're like, yeah, I mean, you can't really blame her, but you can definitely blame Kamala for that.
I did not have sexual relations with that
That
woman.
woman.
Wait, is that Bill or is that George Bush?
That's
That's Bill,
Bill,
bro.
bro.
Oh, right. Okay.
George
And then-
Bush, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like him. I've heard that like thing of like a million times.
Yeah, they both have the southern accent.
Yeah. But Fuck. Well, I had a point that I wanted to say, but it's completely slipped my mind. Anyway, the next thing I kind of want to say was, again, transitioning to the Clintons. Another like photo was released. Well, first that one photo that I sent you guys maybe a couple of weeks ago, it was a photo which clearly looked like Bill Clinton getting massaged by a woman in a hotel room. And then people were saying it was Trump, but it was so obviously Bill. Then another photo was released, and this photo was actually taken by one of Epstein's like workers, I guess. And it surfaced maybe like a couple weeks after Ghislaine Maxwell or Ghislaine, I don't know how you pronounce her name, Epstein's right-hand woman, was arrested. It was Bill getting massaged by one of the girls that was on that documentary Surviving Epstein. She was giving him a massage, Bill Clinton a massage, and people were saying like, so they take pictures of these celebrities or people of power kind of as like a don't screw us over because we got shit on you, and that was released. So I was wondering like, what do you guys think about that, man? Because I think Bill, he's been to the island, bro, and he's put in work in that island.
They're saying they went to the island back in like 2002, and they took like Chris Rock with them too on the plane, I think, and some other actor, I can't remember his name, but don't quote me on that because I don't know how accurate that information is.
Bro,
but
Bill Clinton has flown with Epstein 26 times.
Yeah, I just read that.
You tell me how many think of like the closest friends you know. How many times have they flown together? Not fucking 26 times, bro.
We haven't even flown together once yet.
Yeah, that's so crazy, man. 26 times. You can't even debate that anymore. You can't say he's not a sketchy guy.
They have the flight logs, so.
Yeah, and you also, like, you can't say he didn't know what was going on. If he was actually on that island, he knew exactly what was going on.
But look, this is the thing, that if they all know that he was there and he had taken part of it, why haven't they arrested him yet or indicted him? You know what I mean? Like, this dude's been bulletproof
That's
fucking
the
years.
question, bro.
This news has been circulating. Why hasn't anything been done about it?
Because I don't think there's, like, direct evidence. Yeah, there's no evidence that he actually did something. Yeah, there's the evidence where he's getting a massage, but that doesn't exactly mean, like, you can't insinuate from that one picture that, you know, anything else happened further than that.
Yeah.
And apparently in that picture the girl was 22, so you can't say it was like
Underage.
pedophile. But then again, like, that girl's been working for Epstein since she was 16, I think. Like, he took her under his wing. Yeah. So I don't know, dude.
Sketch
Again,
people, bro. Politics and Hollywood, sketch.
Honestly, bro, I believe in the satanic ritual stuff. Like, wholeheartedly, I believe in that. Like, they do shit like that. Because they also found that, like, one of the Clintons' friends is a woman who actually teaches people how to sacrifice, like, animals and shit. Imagine, like, that's your homie. I would not fucking come close to any woman like that, bro.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't either.
But it's almost like the evidence is there, but people are just ignoring it, putting it to the side.
Well, I don't know if you've realized, but anybody who goes against the Clintons or comes out and says anything ends up disappearing or dying. So
I saw something on that. It was like, I don't know anybody who has like over 20 friends who's committed suicide.
They said
Hillary, scary, bro.
for Hillary, right?
Yeah, for both of them.
Shit.
Maybe that's why people are scared. They're being hush hush.
I think that's what it is, man. Because when you have that much money and power, and you can get away with anything, even killing people. I get scared talking about it though, low key sometimes. Like, I do. But then again, like, I hear Joe Rogan talking about it, and that guy has millions of viewers, so.
Yeah. No, I think it's if anyone who's like actually close to them and knows something, that's the only time they get scared, because because
we're just speculating, you know,
yeah.
Like, we don't actually know anything, but I'm just regurgitating what I read online. I don't actually know shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the people who are like actually in their inner circle. Those are the ones that you see disappear or commit suicide. I don't know what else to say about that, bro. It scares the shit out of me, and it's just like everyone's being used as a political puppet, man. It's wild, and nobody realizes it.
That's all it is. Just the selfish, like the little game that people play just to get to where they want to get to.
Pretty much.
Because there's so much, bro. It all comes down to money too. There's so much money involved in all this that like
Yeah,
they want this person to win because this person promised this. They're
yeah.
just
All these
deals going on in the
corporations, they're just
background.
gonna back up like whoever's gonna put out the best policy for their company.
That's
Hmm.
what I'm saying, dude. That's why I was like, Ice Cube posted some shit on Instagram the other day, and I reposted it, and he's talking about like it's basically he basically said what I was thinking. Like all these people go into office feeding us bullshit. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then they end up doing nothing. It's like after all these years, we've been promised the same bullshit. We vote for the same type of fucking people. Like running out of time. Remove the 42. Oh, lit. We got extra time. Like I don't care like whether you're Dem or like Republican, left or right doesn't matter. Left, right, center. I don't give a fuck. But it's like both sides have promised the same shit and have never fucking delivered on any of it. We've been
Yeah,
being fed like the same fucking junk every time, expecting a different result. Yet we're still in the same fucking shitty situation we've been like maybe 20 years ago.
it's
Yeah.
gotten worse. It's gotten way
Yeah,
worse.
there's
Today
no
it's so
change.
bad. Everything
No
is so
change.
bad.
They run their fucking campaigns on like, oh, change is coming, like a hope, like all this other bullshit. But it's like nothing changes, bro. Like we're still living the same fucking life.
It was kind of like an eye-opening experience to me like 2 days ago on Friday. There was riots by my house, bro. Like it got to the point where now it's like in my own neighborhood.
Yeah, my brother was telling me also.
Like I swear to God, I passed by an Antifa meeting. I'm not even joking, bro. It couldn't have been anything else. Like you guys know where we filmed that
The
Full
full,
House skit that we did,
yeah,
bro. In
Yeah.
that park, I saw like a huge group of. First of all, the protests were going down, right? The protests were happening. It was peaceful. I drove by it. It was peaceful. I mean, there was like at least 50 to 100 cops standing in the middle. It was like divided, like Trump supporters. I'm pretty sure it was just mainly Black Lives Matter people. And then in the middle, like in the suicide lane of the road, it was like 50 to 100 cops. And it was peaceful. Like you didn't see people like going on the street. They were just yelling back and forth at each other. I come back home. I see that group of people in the park. They're gone, right? I'm like, all right, now they're off to wherever they were planning to head, right? Like they're there at this point. And then I see LAPD, bro, just next, like right by my street, like past by my house, 4 like SWAT cars with like 20 cops hanging off of them, like on the sides, just on
Wow.
the railings,
that's low-key
a
lit.
full riot gear. I was like, dude, some shit is about to pop off. I see like LAPD helicopters, and then I literally could like see it right there, and I could hear what they're saying on the microphones. They're like, clear the streets or you will be arrested. Bro, and then I turn on the news, and it's on the fucking news, bro. Riots break out in, I'm not gonna say the city, but like riots break out here, and I was like, that's it, bro. Like they did their shit. They
Dude, I
planned it.
wonder if I wonder if there were any Armenians in that stuff, or if any
I
Armenians
did,
show
bro.
up.
I did not. Again, I'm looking because I was literally like, it was so much traffic, so I was literally like stuck in the middle. I'm just like watching both sides like this. It was the Black Lives Matter. I maybe saw like 5 black people in the 100-person crowd,
Yeah,
and it was mostly people just yelling back and forth, incoherent. Like you don't understand what they're saying. The Trump supporters, you don't understand what they're saying. And then from what I could tell, you can kind of tell what an Armenian looks like just by looking at them. I didn't really see any.
yeah. You were the one that was saying that some like you think that Antifa might even be planning these things for riots to happen, right?
100%. I think like that's what I'm saying. Like when I came back home, that group was gone. And
Yeah.
then I turn on the TV and all these helicopters show up. So riots, whatever it is, started. Like people started going into the streets and
No, like
stuff.
they're even planting the Trump supporters there. Like they go online as fake Trump supporters and
Yeah,
rally these people together to
yeah. So
get
like
them.
they'll post like a event, and then they'll post another event on the same day that's like across the street from each other,
Yeah,
just to cause like
that's
some sort of
crazy.
chaos.
But that shows like though like that's I think that's the bad part about technology and like the internet. It's like as time goes on, like we need to figure out ways to like minimize that happening.
Take
Because
the bots out, man.
it's just
Somehow.
it's just gonna get like a lot more like more and more corrupt as time goes on, especially with like the country becoming a lot more divided than it really was.
Yeah, here's the problem though. It's like a lot of it's not even from this country. It's like Russian groups, like internet groups doing it,
Yeah,
to kind of instigate fights here. That has nothing to do with them, but they obviously have some kind of hand in the game.
yeah.
Hmm.
I thought it was I just think it's weird that it got to the point where now it's like it's in our community. It's not like you guys
Exactly.
live far away, you
Yeah.
guys live
Yeah.
close too. I don't know how much worse it can get.
Hopefully not a lot worse.
We'll see. We'll
So
see in November.
yeah.
I think if Trump wins again, all hell is gonna break loose
Yeah, and if Trump doesn't win, coronavirus is gonna go away.
magically.
It's gonna disappear. Watch.
Magically. For all you fucking 18 to 22-year-olds, wear your damn mask, bro. Don't have a party with 100 people.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, a young person died the other day from the coronavirus in college aged. She thought she couldn't. We all think we're invincible.
Yeah.
And yeah, it might be an anomaly. It's like, who knows what complications she would have had. I'm sure, to me, she looked healthy. She played sports, never had an issue. And then, boom, one instance, gone. You never know. So wear your mask, people. Also, someone tried to fight me. I hope you fucking watch this. Someone tried to fight me on that mask thing that we were watching.
What do you mean?
Not watching the mask study that we were talking about last week on how different masks. Remember how I said the gaiters?
The effectiveness of them, yeah.
Okay, so someone tried to fight me on this last week, and I was like, "Listen, this is just what I've heard, but let me go back and read the research." They kept telling me like, "Oh, but like this and this happens." I was like, "Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. And that has nothing to do with what I'm saying." So what the gator does, let's say you're not wearing a mask, you fucking cough or you sneeze. It's like fairly large particles are going in the air, right? Like they'll go 6 feet or whatever. So the study was that when you wear the gaiter, they found that those large particles get broken down into smaller particles. That's why it's 110%. That's compared to the 100% without a mask, because the smaller particles get spread out more. So fuck you, and I hope you watch this shit, bro.
Where was he fighting with you?
On the phone. It was someone I knew.
Wait, so like it still goes through the mask then?
Goes through the mask.
Or the
Like it
gator?
goes through every mask, like we wear the surgical mask, the cloth mask. It's gonna go through, but it's not as far, but it still like retains the large particles.
Yeah,
The gator has just shown that it breaks it down into smaller particles, which makes it spread out more. That's the issue.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I just had to read a little further. I saw the study, but I didn't read further into it, and that person didn't either. So you can't really fight someone unless you know the full facts.
Yeah.
So fight me now, pussy.
But honestly, I just don't understand how hard it is to wear a mask. Like nobody fucking likes it. We all fucking hate it. Just wear a fucking mask so we get this shit over with.
Yeah. Bro,
And we'll never
Sako,
do it ever again.
you're watching the Champions League, bro. As soon as a player gets taken out as a sub, they put a mask on.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of lenient because they get tested a lot.
Yeah. But
So
still, that's again like they get tested a lot, but they
yeah,
still wear it. And they're hot as fuck, I'm sure, like sweating their balls off.
Touching each
They
other.
just came off the field. They put a mask on right away and sit on the stands.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
I don't know
no
if you don't
excuse.
if you
There's
don't
no
like wearing
excuse.
one, just don't go anywhere. I don't know what like That's my thing. I'm not leaving the house as much because I'm not like I feel uncomfortable wearing one because it just feels weird. Like I get nauseous after a little while, so I just don't go out as much. Or if I go somewhere, like I just wear it whenever I enter, and then like at a restaurant, I sit down, have my meal, and then wear it, leave.
Yeah, like if you go to a grocery store, you're not gonna fight the employee that gets paid minimum wage that's telling you to put a
Oh
mask
no,
on.
no, no.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand is people like fight these employees. They're just like, dude, it's like store policy. It has nothing to do with your constitutional rights. It's like it's private property. We could tell you that you have to wear a fucking mask, you know?
Yeah. I go on drives more now than anything. Like I'll just go driving if I want to like instead of like you going to the Americana or something, you just
Yeah.
drive. So it's no
You
one's
can
gonna
always
tell
go
you
to
to
a
wear a
park,
mask.
bro. Like go to a park. You don't have to wear a mask at the park. I mean,
Yeah.
it's open space. There's always shit. There's ways around it, you know? You just I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna get heated talking about this again. But yeah, we can end it right there, guys. I think I got out what I needed to
Yeah,
get
bro,
out.
as long as that dude's watching and he knows.
That-
We're up, bro.
Yeah, score up with me, fam.
they will fight you.
On bloods. All right, well, you guys down to end it right there?
Yeah,
Wrap
yeah.
it up.
All right, well, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, y'all know what it is.
See you on the next one.
See y'all
Gang,
next
gang.
week.